It's no secret that the internet is a weird place with some pretty bad and delusional takes, but after this recent Dr. Disrespect situation, I honestly think that we've reached a new high. The common consensus has somehow changed from this said group of people are creeps and should be outcast for it and shouldn't really have the opportunity to have some sort of online presence or really any sort of significant presence at all anymore. And it's somehow switched from that to, yeah, this group of people are creeps, but the creep that more aligns with our political and general beliefs is slightly less creepy than your creep, so we're gonna defend them. And that's pretty much exactly what's going on with Dr. Disrespect's recent attempted comeback. And getting right into it, I'm sure I don't really need to give you the rundown on who Dr. Disrespect is or what he's done, because if you click this video, you probably already know. So I'll replace the time that would have been taken up by that by begging you to subscribe. I'm of course only joking, but maybe? No, it's a joke, but maybe. No, but seriously, since we don't have to go over who he is, we can just get straight into what he recently posted to attempt to kickstart his comeback, and that comes in the form of a picture that he uploaded to his Twitter account of him playing chess and the viewer slash everyone else playing checkers. And if you somehow don't know what this is supposed to mean, it's pretty much as simple as it seems. It's the age-old saying of I'm playing chess and everyone else is playing checkers, and it's of course to mean that whoever says that they're in the position of the chess player is trying to say that they're multiple steps ahead of everyone else. They're playing the long game, they're playing the strategic game, and they pretty much have everything wrapped around their fingers. And I'm sure you can already tell just by hearing what I'm saying, all the problems associated with him posting this, with the main one being the question of, if you got the whole game wrapped around your fingers, does that include the part of talking to minors? Was that part of the play? And speaking of part of the play, it actually might be, because if you take a closer look at the board, he's somehow already lost pieces and the person playing checkers hasn't even made a move yet. So maybe that might have actually been part of the play, because it's clearly reflected here. The game isn't really looking too good for him so far. But wacky observations aside, one of the main things I wanted to bring up with this post isn't actually how bad he's gonna lose, but it's instead the fact that this post actually got a ton of likes. It got a bit over 110,000 likes in just 4 days of being posted. That's an insane amount. I was gonna start this off by completely dogging him out, like he posted this thinking people's reaction was gonna be, oh yeah, Doc, you're coming back while you're cooking everyone. You're playing chess and we're playing checkers. But it actually seems like that might just be some people's reaction, judging on how many likes this got. And to get a bit deeper into the post and actually try to figure out what his takes are on why he's even trying to come back, we have to take a look at a few of the comments under this post that also tell a completely different story than the amount of likes this post has. Because even with this many likes, majority of the comments don't really seem to be too supportive of him. Starting with what was one of the most popular ones right here, is this you playing with a minor? Good one, she/her. The internet will never fix your real threat. Depression. Ooh, dang, you got him, Dr. Disrespect. Yeah, this is what we want to see. You really got him, is what he thought people were gonna say. And we're gonna be taking a look at a few more posts, but just from this one alone, you can probably already tell what type of timing he's gonna be on now. He's basically just responding like this and trying to clap back at every comment criticizing him. And in this specific case, which was one of the most popular comments, which I think he deleted because I can't even find it anymore, I really don't even know what his argument here is. He's clearly trying to make fun of them for having pronouns in their bio or whatever, but in this case, that doesn't really work, because as messed up as it sounds, which I don't have a problem with it, but if their pronouns were something outrageous like she, her, zhong, tir, or something like that, you'd almost at least have a bit of a point, because then their pronouns would be something wacky. But in this case, she just has she, her listed in her bio. There's genuinely nothing to make fun of here. A lot of people put their pronouns in their bio so people can know what gender they are. That's what they're for. Especially if it's an account that doesn't really post pictures of themselves on their account, and they might just want people knowing what gender they are. And with his response to this person right here and a few of his other responses, it looks like the focus of possibly his new content looks like it's gonna be following suit with, I guess you could call it the red pill anti-woke, like Sneeko Andrew Tate type people. Which if that is his goal, this comeback might actually be quite successful. Because if you know anything about the red pill type people, they're pretty easy to please no matter who you are. Lamar. If you just go online and say some stuff like what Dr. Disrespect is saying right now, oh yeah, you she, her, you have depression, they'll pretty much instantly be on your side, guaranteed. But moving back to the comments and taking a look at this one right here with over 160,000 likes, it's basically just this guy calling Dr. Disrespect a P-word and saying, I heard you like kids, with a Dragon Ball meme in the background. And as much as I'd like to put the full post on the screen and say what's written here, YouTube doesn't really like that, and we all know I have to play by YouTube's rules or else they will rip my balls off. But Dr. Disrespect's response to this post is little brainwashed woke boy putting out Dragon Ball Z GFX with Kendrick Lamar lines. Got me big time. And after reading that, there's really two main takeaways, with the first one being, I don't know what his or the 32,000 people that like that definition of brainwashed and woke is, but it's definitely not the same as mine. I don't think I would quite consider calling out someone for being a creep, brainwashed, and woke. And the next point being how he's talking about this guy's trying to call him out with Kendrick Lamar lines. I know that if I did put the image up on the screen, it's heavily censored, but I promise you that nothing in there is Kendrick Lamar lines. And that really leads into how bad he got ratioed over this. The original poster made a comment under Dr. Disrespect's comment with over 100,000 likes saying, shit, not even Kendrick Lamar, but I see why you immediately thought of him. And I honestly couldn't agree more. I can 100% see why he thought these were Kendrick lyrics. He's probably been hearing You Not Like Us and I Heard You Like 'Em Young on repeat since he got exposed, so you can't really blame him for thinking this was Kendrick. But moving on, honestly the craziest part about his attempted comeback isn't even the fact that he's trying to get back into the game, but it's instead the fact that there are actually people that are supporting him. Like this person right here with probably the most popular supporting comment that says, did you at least increase the vertical leap? And Dr. Disrespect responds with, and got a tan too. And actually, now that I'm reading over this comment again, this is more weird on Dr. Disrespect's part than the commenter supporting him, because he's basically bragging about, oh yeah, I increased my vertical, I got a tan, on a forced vacation. He didn't go on a vacation because he's like, oh, I'm gonna just take a break, guys, from all the hard work. No, you got banned off of everything and you pretty much just took your leave because you had no other choice. But the support doesn't stop there. There's another comment right here from The Quartering that says, Doc, I'm glad you're back and hope to hear your side of all of this sooner than later. And I honestly couldn't even possibly begin to fathom what they mean by this. We already heard his side of the story. The only possible way for us to hear more of this story is if the text were to get leaked, and even if they did, I still don't think that would really help him too much considering he admitted to inappropriately texting a minor. So even if the texts aren't as bad as some people may think, it's at least a baseline of inappropriately texting minors. So as of right now, it's looking like whatever he has to say couldn't possibly help him too much. But moving into my last point for the video that really ties into what I said at the beginning is what really even led Dr. Disrespect to make this decision to try to make his comeback at this specific time. And it looks like the reason that really everyone figured out and is going with is because of the recent Chris Tyson situation. And if you haven't been on the internet too much and paying attention to that situation, you might be wondering how this even ties into him deciding to make his comeback now, and I'm gonna explain it. So getting into it, everyone knows that Chris Tyson recently got exposed for basically the same thing as Dr. Disrespect, but the main part we're gonna be focusing on here is while that was going on, there was basically a completely separate mini drama going on of a bunch of people saying that Chris Tyson isn't getting criticized or nearly as harsh of a treatment as Dr. Disrespect was, even though he did some arguably worse things. So while this was going on, and like I said in the start of the video, instead of people just realizing that, hey, the treatment here may be a bit unequal, but they're still both bad people, a decent amount of people instead decided to turn this into, we're gonna start defending Dr. Disrespect. So it looks like he's really trying to take his chance while he has it. His support is at an all-time high that it's been at since he got exposed, and even though that's not a whole lot, and it's of course never gonna be anywhere even remotely close to where he once was, it still might be just enough for him to try to cling back onto something and try to find some place for him on the internet. And at this point, like I said earlier, if he does decide to come back catering to the red pill sneako type audience, as much as I don't want to, I honestly believe that there is still a crowd that's willing to support him. But with that said, that's pretty much it on the recent Dr. Disrespect update, and at this point, we're really just waiting for more news to come out on what his next steps are, and if you made it this far in the video, you probably liked something, so you may as well drop a like and maybe even subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,000 before the end of the year, so every sub counts. But I'm not gonna hold y'all for too long, so I'll catch you guys in the next one, where we're hopefully not gonna be talking about another creep.